when it comes to the nonprofit, the podcast, and everything, I don't want people thinking like, "This is it." Okay, we're on YouTube as well. I don't want people thinking like I'm doing this to glorify penitentiary life, to give credit or props to anything like that. Reentry Project, what's going on, man? How y'all doing? We got to tap in with y'all too. This is mainly the main reason I'm doing this. The main reason that me and Vic work these long hours as well as Ruth as well. The reason we doing this right here is because we want to bring attention to the people who have actually been successful after incarceration, because they'll tell you that long bullshit story that they came in, they got in, and prison changed their life. No, because if you didn't do any work or anything like that to change your own self while you were in there, you basically fall back into the same thing. So what we have is a lot of people like myself. We got AP on there, Big Earn. He's one of them as well. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people that I've interviewed and some of the people I will interview in the future, this is basically us giving a limelight on that, the stories, the success stories that they had. You know what I mean? Like, I've been home like 6, almost 7 years. And since then, I've had success when I was doing electrical work, a job, a skill that the Reentry Project. Okay, yeah, that one too. That's right. That's right. They in here. Make sure y'all tap in with me. But we're bringing attention to the people who have been successful after prison, and those who haven't, who need help. We're there to try and help them as well. We got I ain't gonna put her on the spot, but Sarah Gibbs, she's in the chat, but she's one. She's not ready to put her story out there, but she's aiming for success after incarceration as well. But like I said, okay, I'm gonna follow you back. I'll definitely follow you back, Brinchy Project. But like I said, what we do it for is to bring attention to those who've been successful after incarceration. I came home after doing my time and I got into doing electrical work. And then after electrical work, I got basically fed up with that, working those long hours. So then I had a little mom and pop shop. She said she'll be ready soon. All right, take your time. We ready for your story and everything. But after that, what I did is I had like a little mom and pop shop in Richmond, Virginia. But I always had that entrepreneur spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, I come up selling dope. So it wasn't like I wanted to work for somebody. I even struggled trying to re up the time because I didn't want to get a dude the money. But the thing is, having that entrepreneurial spirit and wanting to be successful outside of that, that's the thing that pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. When it comes to, again, like I said, my situation, um, me and my girlfriend at the time, the love of my life at the time, we said, "Effort, we're going to start a business," and we went to trucking, and we started. And for a while, it was okay, but then the market kind of fell. The market fell through, and she's probably like, "Yeah, you did," but no, it was one of those things where I ended up having one truck, then two trucks, then three trucks, and there was some success there. But I say all that to say is we're trying to bring attention to the people who have been successful. Well, man, Aaron, he's in the chat right now. He's in the chat on TikTok. He's got a trucking company. You know what I'm saying? He just started up a trucking company. One of the individuals I'm going to interview today, Chet. Chet stepped. She said, "Have a good." Chet popped in when he came home after doing a 10-year bid. All right, Les. After doing a 10-year bid, he has a whole nonprofit just like myself, and he's doing things to help people coming home from prisons. So really, that's what we're doing to bring the attention to that. It's not whenever you watch anything on my podcast, anything on the lives that I do, it's never ever ever to glorify incarceration, tell the prison stories. Oh yeah, I did it. None of that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you ran the yard on 2, 3 institutions, and none of that shit matters, bro. None of that. What matters is that you learned something when you were inside, came home, and used that as being like a transferable skill to be successful when you came home. You know what I mean? Because if you have to look at it, I was just listening to a speech one of my friends gave, and he was saying while we were incarcerated and prior to us being incarcerated, we were takers. That's all we did. We took. We took things from people, right? Now we're in a situation after incarceration to be able to give, and that's what we're trying to do. To be able to give to others. You know what I mean? And to give back. So really, I wanted to. They said they want to tell a little bit about my story. My story is corny for real, man. Because you know what I'm saying. I wasn't. I would say, for me myself, you know what I'm saying. I was a learned criminal. You know what I'm saying. A lot of the things that I did I ended up learning these skills. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I was a thug or nothing like that. I was a straight A student up until like I think what 10th grade, ninth, 10th grade, and I started screwing up a little bit. Then I started getting into fights, and then one thing led to another. But for me, I went to the trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's the corny thing about it. For my story, I don't like telling it, but I kind of went to the trouble. You know what I mean? And then when I started getting in trouble, I feel you. But once I started getting in trouble and got into the streets, it just so happened I was good at it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just the life. I just happened to be good at it. When it came to selling dope, I just happened to be good at it. When it came to, I always could fight because I'm an old country boy. You know what I'm saying? I always could fight. And then my pop and relatives around me, taught me how to shoot guns. So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? So being able to fight, not scared with the pistol, that just led to one thing, led to another. You know what I mean? So let's if we start with it, I was a military brat. I was the only child until I was like, till I think my little brother came around. I was 9, I think. He was 9. However, I was most of my coming up, my upbringing, I was just by myself. My mother had another child later. But the thing is, I was getting fights to school and all the little dumb shit. I played ball and everything like that. But once I got to the point where I was like in the game, you know what I'm saying? I would go, check this out. I would leave Alexandria, catch a bus, right? Appreciate that, Pink. I would catch a bus and a connector, get all the way out there, all the way out to Baltimore, just to hang out, with the kids there, the dudes there, and just get a name for myself. And it's funny because I always tell this story, but me and my cousin, the first summer job I had, I worked at McDonald's. I worked for one paycheck. And when I worked at McDonald's, me and my cousin worked at the same time. I worked for one paycheck. I got that first paycheck and went to Hagel Circle in Lorton, Virginia, and copped an ounce of dope off my first paycheck. That's what I did. I didn't go to try and pay no bills, get no shoes. My first paycheck, I went and copped an ounce of dope, and then I basically just quit McDonald's. But I have a cousin who worked with me at the same time. He stayed at McDonald's all the way from shit. I think he stayed all the way from when we were in all the way through his high school. They sent him to college, and he was like an assistant manager somewhere in Georgia. So he had a career with this whole McDonald's thing, right? And she just sent something. I don't even know what that was, but I don't even know what that was. I appreciate it, yo. I appreciate that. But it's like that's what I got into. So getting into that, you know what I'm saying? Start selling dope, guns, fighting. Alexandria and DC had a big beef at that time. Me living in Alexandria, hanging out in Baltimore, getting my dope from there, then coming back. It was a lot of bullshit that happened from there. You know what I'm saying? So I was always getting into situations. But like I said, oh, my man, appreciate. Like I said, I'm a rookie at it. So the blicky, I'm gonna say the blicky. How about that? I'm gonna say the blicky. Yo, they put shades on me and everything with the blicky. You know what I mean? So when I started hanging out and I'm doing my thing, now I'm fully committed in the street. So it was a thing like I always say I faked it until I made it. Because once I got into that lifestyle, now I'm fully committed. You know what I'm saying? You can't back out of it now because you back out of it now, everybody will call you a chump. Then you got, you know what I'm saying? And it was that type stuff. And at that time, this was 87, 88, 89. That DC Alexandria or DC Baltimore beef was kind of heavy. You know what I'm saying? I just so happened to get caught up in that. So, you know, like I said, I remember I went to juvenile. I got to fighting with a dude. Nah, facts were what? Yeah, I got to fighting with a dude over a girl, something I never ended up doing again. And I set a whole transformer on fire. I think I'm 15 years old. I set a transformer on fire because I was trying to hide a blicky. And that's when I set the transformer on fire. I ended up going to juvenile for like 3 weeks. I literally fought every day in Fairfax Juvenile when I was there, just because I whooped one dude when I got in there, and when I whooped him, his homeboy wanted to fight me. So the next day I had to fight him, and then after that I had to fight another one. So you're talking about 3 weeks straight. This is no BS, no exaggeration. I got none of that in me when it comes to this. 3 weeks straight, I fought every single day in juvenile just because I whooped one dude. So you got to think coming home, right? Coming home from juvenile, which I wasn't even there long. It's just coming home from juvenile. I already got a name for myself because I was already fighting. Already getting a name for myself because I was getting dope from Baltimore. Already got a name for myself because I would keep the blicky, keep the blicky. If y'all wonder, I keep looking at my main man there, Big Vic.
What's up,
Tell
big
him where we at,
bro?
Vic. Tell him where we at, bro.
We in sunny SoCal. Well, not so sunny SoCal.
Yeah, we in sunny SoCal right now. But so that's how my little situation started, right? So once I got in trouble the first time, the fear was kind of gone. I don't know if that's a way of saying that. Like I didn't care about. Oh yeah, like I didn't care about going to jail. I didn't care about going to juvenile at the time. That fear was actually gone. You know what I mean? So when you get that mindset, it's like I really didn't care at all because I thought that's what it was. Mind you, this is juvenile. I'm not thinking jail, prison. I'm thinking it's all the same. You just go in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely not gonna be one to say I won every fight because I definitely did not. But I fought, and that's what mattered. You know what I mean? That's what mattered. So I see y'all popping in. I see y'all popping in, man. There's a lot of names popping up. Appreciate y'all popping in and saying what's up. But huh?
We run a not-for-profit organization out in Nevada, called Second Half.
Right,
We
right.
are live streaming right
My
now.
main man he's promoting right now, telling them all about it. If you win the fight, you haven't been. Hey, look, you that ain't no lock. If you win every fight, yeah, you ain't definitely. What's going on there? What's going on, love? So, like I was saying, once all that started happening, I ended up hooking up with somebody from like deep in the Alexandria area, and he had a connect. So once he had a connect, his plug that ended up being I got on with him. So when I got on with him, now I'm getting real money. You know what I'm saying? I'm really in the dope game now, and that's what really just messed everything up. Because where I was wailing, well, we say wailing where I'm from, where I was basically BSing before, now I'm really seeing money. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm really seeing money, and really seeing money put me in a different mindset because you got to think I'm a 16-year-old kid, right? 16 years old, and the first time I seen 25, 30,000 on a table, it was a ball game. It was it. I mean, no BS. The first time I seen 25, 30,000 on a table, it was over. All that work, school, all that, it was done. There was nothing else that was going on in my mind other than make money. So now, by around this time, we go back. I'm going back and forth to Germany. And here's another thing too. When I tell my story, y'all like, yo, this dude, he ended up doing 25 years of prison, but he's been to Germany. I'm telling you, I'm the classic example of an anomaly when it comes to that because I was faking it till I made it. There was no reason I had to do anything I had to do, but once I got in it, I was fully in it. So it's like, could I tell people this? The first time I sold an 8 ball, I had like $150 in my pocket from other little stuff. You know what I'm saying? I used to shoot dice and all that, but it's just a lot of BS that was in my situation that led me to get worse and worse. But like I said, I was going back and forth to Germany, and then I came back military brat. I come back. The second time we came back, it was like '89. My pop went over. The wall came down in November '89. Telling my age. The wall came down in November '89, and my father goes over. My father stays over to fight Saddam Hussein. That war was going on, seeking comfort in the struggle when the relation at home doesn't. Bro, you hitting it on. Man, I should bring you up here, man. For real. Hey, yo, my man Aaron's on point, man. Hey, yo, you on point with it for real, bro. But that's like basically what it was. So it was like this situation I had, it led to more things. What's going on, love? Les popped in. So the situation I had, it led to more things and more things. And now I'm just straight up just it's chaos. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling dope. I got guns out the yang. I actually got like a little crew. I had like a little crew that was in the Woodbridge area. You know what I'm saying? So we're beefing with dudes in DC. I'm running to Baltimore to get work. I'm all in this, and you got to think I'm 16, 17 years old. You know what I mean? So by this time, I get trapped. I remember this situation. This is where it really set off. Where I had to leave home. I was in. What's up, bro? Hey, give him my number. Give him my number, man. Tap in with me, man. Tap in with me. because we're gonna try and come out in this California area too, man. You know, if you know anybody who's been home, coming home from prison. Oh yeah, tap in with me, man. Yeah, my name's Amir. What's your name, sir? Raymond. Hold, let me hold it live. You hold it 1 second. Networking, networking. Yes, sir, man. Definitely tap in with us, man. Yeah, we're trying to do good work, help the community as much as we can.
I'm telling you, the guy, Mexican mafia, he's on 10. Yeah.
Uh huh.
For like 30 years in prison.
He did 30. I did 25. I did 25.
So alive. Now he's out. I'm hoping I'm trying to get life back.
Man, tell him to tap in with me. For real. Give him my information. Give us all information. See, that's what it's all about right there. Okay, hey, safe travels, man. See when you get back. So, yeah, like I was saying, what was that? I was talking about. Oh yeah. Where I was at was now the situation that got crazy because when I come back, I get my mother kicked out of housing. When you're military, you know, when your family get military housing, we live on base housing. So I done wild out and got into some stuff, man. And it's like a whole bunch of stolen property. I had some weed in the house, some other little stuff like that. I had a gun up in the basement, all types. We got my mom kicked out of housing. So when she got kicked out of housing, she moves to another area, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna move in with her. My mother was like, "Nah, we done." So when mom put me out, now you got to think it's the mentality is now I have nobody to back me up. I gotta go full forward. You know what I'm saying? Full force. Which, like I said, at this time, it's not penny ante money. It's not, 200 here, 300. No, it was like real money to me at that time. So now that I'm getting what I consider real money, I'm pushing and I'm pushing, and I just get myself deeper and deeper into BS. You know what I mean? So what happened was I get to beefing with some dude. I think he was from Woodbridge. Dude named Kyle Price. Big shout out to Kyle Price. I seen him on Facebook. I just got on Facebook too, y'all. If y'all ever on Facebook, I just got on the Facebook. I'm not good at it. I just got on it though. But I get to beef with a dude named Kyle Price. We get to rumbling at a mall. Um, and then his homeboys, they come chase me down. I go to a friend of mine's house. So I go to his house. We in the basement, and like these dudes all around, but I'm like, yo, we got to go out there and just fight him. It was like 7 or 8 of them. No, it's like eight, yeah, 7 or 8 of them, and it's like 2, 3 of us. And I'm like, man, let's go. We just go out and just rumble it out. But my homeboy had a starter pistol. He had a starter pistol on him, right? Like I said, on the mark, it's set, pow, the starter pistol. So my main man had a starter pistol. He was like, man, look, just go out there and pull a blicky on him. So I was like, man, look, I grab it. So I'm like holding it down here, like I showing up, you know what I'm saying? I gotta like, yeah, yo, what's up? So they see it and they backing up. But then one dude tried to snuff me. I duck and I pull the starter thing out and starter blicky and I bow like that. Yeah, you're right, appreciate it. When I pop the blicky, they like spread because in their mind they thinking, oh, youngin got a real. Nah, bro, I had a blicky, I had a starter blicky. Like, you know what I'm saying? The market set, pow, that's what I had. But the rumor got out, you know what I'm saying? The little youngin, me, was quick to pull, but nobody knew it was a starter blicky, you know what I mean? So now the reputation's out, okay, I rumble, I got a blicky, I'm getting money. So then what all that came, you know what I'm saying? YouTube was see how it's happening. With all that came more and more BS. And then you got to think, now I'm not staying at my mother's house no more. I get my own little spot. I'm 17, about to turn 18 now. I get my own little spot. And then it just went boom, 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 boom. Because I felt it was nobody on my side. When the reality it is, I dove into that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? This is not something I had to do anything. You got to think, I grew up, when you talk about me coming up, my mother and father were 2 good parents, right? My mother had her struggles. My parents divorced and then they remarried, right? How you doing? My parents divorced and both of them remarried. Once they remarried, now you got to think, I got basically 4? I got 4 parents now. I got 2 parents my mother, my father, and two step parents. So when I look at my situation, I can say, oh yeah, there was no need to do this. You get into what you get into, and the paths that you choose are the paths that you choose. So that's I just got into that lifestyle. I dove into it, and then one thing led to another, and then here you go. I'm the fake boss. I'm the fake boss in a little area, and I got one or two dudes running for me. I'm doing like every other wannabe gangster. I'm trying to do music. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta keep this in mind too. All the time, I'm still like a AB student all the way to like the 10th, 11th grade. You know what I mean? There go Crystal. What's happening? What's that? Crystal popped in on me. But it's like I'm like an AB student all the way up to like the 10th, 11th grade. But I'm getting money. I'm doing all this stuff. And like I said, well, we say wailing, like faking. I was faking until it actually you actually had to be real with it. So that was like my story, like the beginning of it, and landed me getting into the situations where it was like I ended up going to prison. You know what I'm saying? Once I, what's up, Christina? There she go. Yeah, so it's like when I get into the situation now, I'm really into that lifestyle. I'm really into it, and from there, it just like I said, I keep saying it over and over. It just went downhill. Like I couldn't even tell you. And let me tell you on top of all this, I don't get high. I don't drink, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I got in trouble, the big trouble I got into, and the judge sentenced me, they did like a pre-sentence program, right? A pre-sentence thing. And it says, do I do drugs, alcoholism, none of that type stuff. I don't get high. I don't drink. Great in school. And the judge is basically like, fuck what you doing? Like you knew better. You know what I'm saying? So he threw the book at me. So by him doing that, once he threw the book at me, you gotta think I'm in a situation now, like I'm on my way to the penitentiary. This is big boy school. In my mind, it ain't nothing because I'd been a juvenile. Like I said, I was a juvenile and I fought. And when I say I fought every day for 3 weeks straight, I literally fought every day for 3 weeks straight because that's just what we did. So now I'm on my way. I do my crime, right? I'll get into that later. No, and let me say this so everybody knows: no sex crimes, nothing against children. I don't got none of fuddy duddy stuff, and I'll come back to that. I got no fuddy duddy stuff on my record. But anyway, I get my charges. I am going to the penitentiary. When I go to the penitentiary, right, I get sentenced to 100 trillion years, basically. When I go to penitentiary, and the funny thing about it, if anybody, I just told Christina this the other day. If anyone knows Lorena Bobbitt, if y'all look that name up, Lorena Bobbitt, snip snip, right? If you don't know who Lorena Bobbitt is, look her up. Lorena Bobbitt. Lorena Bobbitt was sentenced to 90 days, right? She was sentenced to 90 days psych eval. She walked out. You looked her up. Hey, Crystal put the scissors. Lorena Bobbitt walked out of the courtroom, and I walked in the courtroom. If you can find any of the old footage in the archives of her coming out of the courtroom, you'll see this little skinny, tall. I'm tall. I'm 6'4", no hair, no facial hair kid walking in, and I got a trillion goddamn years. But anyway, I go to the penitentiary. It was a knife, but still bad either way. Yeah, she snipped them up. But I go to the penitentiary. I get a rack of time. Let me tell you this: when I go to Southampton Correctional Center, right? I mean, I go to Southampton Receiving Center. I get there. The third day I'm at the receiving center. This is how crazy it is. Now, mind you, I'm a dude that faked it. Like, it was no need for me to do what I did. It's just I had that streak. I love to fight. I love guns. And I love getting money. So it was bad that I did all this. But like I said, I go to the penitentiary. The third day I'm there, check this out. The third day I'm there, I get stabbed over a Christopher Columbus conversation. No cap. Listen, I get stabbed the third day I'm there over a Christopher Columbus conversation. I was arguing with a dude back and forth. He used to my Christopher Columbus, this and that. And, I'm mind you, I was an AB student all the way to like 10th, 11th grade, right? So I think I got some more book sense and stuff like that. And I'm arguing with this dude. The dude says to me, when the doors swing, you swing. I don't know nothing about none of that. I have no idea what that means, right? So I'm laid in the bed. My cellie goes out. He opens the cell door. When he opens the cell door, I got Phil Collins playing. Still to this day, I'm traumatized. I can't listen to that song. What's that song? I can feel it come. I can't listen to that song today because I had it on my headphones, right? I'm laid back. I'm looking and I see the door open. It's like 5 in the morning. It's breakfast time. I see the door open. Dude comes in the cell and hits me, right? Boom, hit me one time. I jump up, roll up out of bed. I don't know what to do. He swings me again and misses. You got to think, this is my third day in prison. I'm actually in a receiving center. This ain't like prison. This is a receiving center where they send you to prison. Dude hits me one time. He go to hit me again. I put my arm up. Boom. The banger hit my arm, right? And it's like stuck in my arm. And he's looking at me, right? And I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him like the R. Kelly thing. He's looking at me. This is no joke. I'm saying it now, laughing, but it was traumatizing. So the banger is in my arm. He looks at me. He pulls it out, and blood shoots to the roof. Now I immediately try and run. Again, where's the gangster? I immediately try and run. I'm in my cell. The cell is closed. I try and go. There's a window like this. In my mind, I'm like, I got to get out because I just got stabbed. So I don't know what's going on. I'm bleeding so much on the floor. He's like, come on, you bitch ass nigga. You know, he's screaming and hollering. He's trying to get at me. Now, mind you, I'm like young. I'm skinny. You know, I'm huge now. You know, I'm 6'4", 260 now. You know what I'm saying? But what you say, Vic? That's now. But back then I was a little kid. So dude stabbed me, blood shooting all over the floor. And I want to, you know, I'm scared. I can't get out the cell, so I want to fight. And you got to be thinking, everyone's going to the chow. Yeah, it was funny. Everyone's going to the chow hall, but I have no way of alerting the officer because people are walking. It's traffic. Like, I could have died that day, right? MJ, what's going on, beautiful? So I could have died that day. So what he does, he goes to swing at me again, and there's so much blood on the floor, he slips. Let me tell you, when this dude slipped, he hit his head on the side of the metal, because a prison cell is nothing but metal everywhere. He slides, hits his head on the side of the metal bunk, and splits his head. When he split his head, now I'm thinking fight mode. So I jump on him, boom, 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 punches in. The COs come in because they didn't get wind of it. The COs come in, and now it's like the rumor is dude tried to stab me, but I whooped him. Now, we all know that didn't happen. He stabbed me, slipped in my blood, hurt himself. But to everyone else, oh, little youngin', dude ran in on him and he handled his business, right? That's not what happened. Run with that, right? Yeah, we're gonna run exactly. But we're gonna say that's what happened. But so he ends up, they take him out, they take me out. I'm leaking. I'm again, third day in prison. I'm telling you, this is my third day in receiving. He hit me up. So they send me to Greensville to get, at that time in Virginia prison system, Greensville was like the major infirmary, right? That was the big infirmary. So they send me to Greensville and all that. Then, you know, they stitch me up and all that type of stuff. Then they supposed to be bringing me back because I got the one in my arm was it was serious. I was bleeding real bad on that one. So when he comes back, when I come back, they got him in the hole. They got me in the hole. And this is where, and this is crazy. This is where the reputation got out. Because you got to think, when I was in the street, I could fight. I was good with the blicky. Thank you, sir. I was good with the blicky. And I was on go time. A couple of things happened, and it made the reputation go up, right? Now I got to maintain that. In prison, woman receiving, this happens, right? And then now the rumors out, oh, he can fight, young and a go. And I didn't tell. I didn't snitch on. I was like, yo, it happened. So what? Only reason I did that because I don't know the politics of anything. You got to think, I'm just turned 18. I got a shit ton of time, right? That's the what's going on? Damn, I forgot her name. My fault. How you doing? So I got a shit ton of time, and they just send me back to receiving. The first thing they ask me, what's going on, Rue? Hey, babe. They say, hey, look, how do you feel about this? Do you want to write a statement? I said, I don't want to say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. They said, you want to separate? I said, yes. They asked me if I was going to tell. I said, no, I'm not going to tell. But they said, do you want to stay here? Do you want to separate? I said, I probably need to separate. They shipped them somewhere in the mountains. Mad love to Robert X. I saw, I know his name was Robert X. He was in the Nation, whatever. And they ship him way out. So now from there, they shipped me straight off. They gave me a hard and everything. I appreciate that, sir. They shipped me to Southampton Farm. Now, at the time, in Virginia prisons, there's the wall, which nobody wants to go to if you're young, because the wall was basically, if you look up Virginia's worst prisons, the wall, 500 Spring Street, was like the worst prison in Virginia history. I was at that age range that I probably could have gone there, but they sent me to Southampton Farm, which was the second worst prison. Sussex 1 and Sussex 2 and all of them hadn't been built yet. So I ended up going to Southampton Farm. Let me tell you something. Wallahi, when I say I swear to the Most High. When they sent me to Southampton Farm, when I go into the cell opens up. I see all these dudes, long beards, like dudes is doing workouts. You got dudes walking around that look like chicks and all that type of stuff. It was like a whole nother world. When I go to Southampton Farm, I go in my cell and they close the cell behind me. I promise you, they could have let me go that day. I would have never gotten in trouble again. That's how scared and shook I was, because it was an entirely different environment. You know what I'm saying? $20 parking land for I'm sorry, I don't even know what that is, bro. I apologize. When I went in that cell and they closed that door behind me, I heard that ching ching, the locks hit like that. Now I know it's real. I know it's real situation. It's not a game. This is not juvenile. This is not fighting on the street. This is not the receiving center. Southampton smelled different. Yeah, I don't know what that meant. Southampton smelled different. Southampton felt different. Southampton looked different. And you got to think, to a 19-year-old kid, you know what I mean, walking in there, it was life changing. And this is where I think, for me, if they would have said, okay, look, your prison time is over, this is the real, I was scared straight. Before they even had scared straight, that moment right there, I was scared straight. I would have never gotten in trouble again, because that's how shook I was. But what happened to me was, you got to think, if anyone goes into psychology of nature and nurture, right? I was basically nurtured into that lifestyle. Now I'm in the penitentiary. Now I got to live up to it. Now I'm doing all these other. Baby, if you're trying to come up, hey, what does it say when they say invite? What does that mean? Y'all know I don't know what I'm doing, so what's that mean? It's my tech guy, Vic. Everybody.
They want to join in on the conversation.
She wants to join in. Okay, hold up. Let's see. Okay, yeah.
If you want to bring them on, we do. You do.
Yeah. So with that happened, you know what I'm saying? Now it's a situation where, you know, it's starting to be what I know. You know what I'm saying? I got desensitized to the violence. I got desensitized to the larceny. I got desensitized to all the bullshit that came with prison life. You know what I mean? And I basically grew up there. You know what I'm saying? You got to think, I went in, I was like 17. You know what I'm saying? And I did 25 years, 1 month and 10 days. What possibly can happen to a juvenile mind in that time? You know what I'm saying? On top of that, I got into it with a guy. These are stories I'll tell down the line, but just a quick overhaul. Like I had a little protection service going on. Like, you know, there was chomos, we call them. I had a couple of dudes lined up, you know, because of my culture, you know, people come to you for protection. So we was protecting the dude, and he was giving like $300 a month. $300 a month in prison. Someone paying you $300 a month in prison is kind of like, that's like 20 bands almost. You know what I'm saying? That's like 20 bands on the street. Somebody just giving it to you for protection. So I had to tighten the dude up because they tried to mess with the dude that I was protecting. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't let him do that because I would lose all my little BS clients. So I ended up tightening the dude up real bad. And ended up going to the hole for like, 28 months. So now you got to think, being back in the Bing, man, for 28 months was just, that was the breaking point. That was like the breaking point. There was no coming back from that. You know what I mean? I have my senses now. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people in the chat that be like, no, you don't. But I have my senses now. But reality is like, I know I gave you out like a whole a whole lot in one little spill like that. But the reality of it is, once I got into that lifestyle, once I started seeing, okay, my man Bank, what's up, Bank? No question, no question. I'm on YouTube as well. Yeah, I'm on YouTube as well. Um, but yeah, like I said, once I got into that lifestyle, you got to think going into Southampton Farm at 18 years old, got stabbed the third day I was there. I'm looking at old homies, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the culture and stuff like that. It's a fight constantly, every day, mentally, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm seeing dudes get robbed, beat up, you know what I'm saying? They get beat up by the police. Back then they had the police were doing the little, if anybody knows about Southampton, the police were doing the TV room fights. Like they were putting dudes in the TV room before they was doing this in the movies. They were letting dudes go in the TV room and bang it out. You know what I'm saying? Dudes is coming out of that joint leaking, right? But that's just a quick overview, man. I'm gonna try and do this more often, right? Big Bro Bank was telling you to do this and be more involved. But I'm gonna start doing this more often. But like I want to say real quick, the reason for my nonprofit, the reason for me doing these podcasts and stuff like that, it's never to glorify this lifestyle. It's never to glorify this lifestyle. I'm never gonna get up here and say, I was the man in the penitentiary. No, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't look at it like that. I looked at myself as a person who got in trouble, fell into a system, and then the system capitalized on me and my ignorance, right? For years, man, for over almost 3 decades. You know what I'm saying? You got to think. And the thing about it is, the ones who suffered the most was my family. Like my mother, my father, you know what I'm saying? They suffered more than, I would think they suffered more than me because I think they suffered, I appreciate that. I think they suffered more than me because I'm just in the penitentiary trying to survive. They're the ones providing money. My mother was beating up the highways to come see me. She was struggling with her. Somebody gave me a slice of cake. Damn, I ain't ever seen that one. But they're doing everything they did. But now I'm in it, bro. Like I'm fully in this lifestyle. I'm fully in that world, and it was traumatic, and it changed my mind over time, man. You got to think. I went in, for anybody knows about Virginia history, man. I went in when Mary Sue Terry and Governor Allen were battling with each other for governor. You know what I'm saying? People don't even know those names, but it was a nationwide race. You know what I'm saying? Because Governor Allen was fighting to get rid of parole. Mary Sue Terry was trying to implement more programming, and that just so happened that Governor Allen won, and they got rid of parole. So again, like I said, back to the podcast stuff. I know I'm all over the place because I apologize, y'all. I'll clean it up, but I'm not really used to doing the lives and stuff like that, right? But like I was saying, it's a thing where me doing the podcast is I'm bringing people, trying to shine the light on people who come home from prison, Hey, Chrissy, what's going on? Who are doing good, who are trying to make the best of the situations that they have, and trying to, show that, hey, after prison there is an opportunity to be successful. That's not the stopping point. That's why I call it life after prison, second lap. Your second life after prison, where you have the opportunity to be successful, to give back, because we take, and now we're in a situation where we're trying to give to others. You know what I mean? And that's basically where I'm at with it. So today we're in sunny California, not so sunny California, his home. We're in LA, and we're gonna interview today. We're interviewing Lil B from the Bluff. Take the time, please pull up. If I don't know how to put it on the chat, but Lil B from the Bluff. If you put in on YouTube Lil B, right, LILB from the Bluff, Atlanta, his story will come up. I'm going to tell you his whole story. We're going to do it today, and I'm going to chop it up, and I'll get it out to y'all anyway. But he was sentenced to a life sentence at 13 years old. I told you I went in when I was 17. Imagine a child, basically. I was already a menace. I'm saying, but he was a child, 13 years old, and was sentenced to life. And he just came home last year. Just came home last year. So think about how his mindset. Yeah, Lil B from the Bluff, Atlanta. If you pull, that's it. If you pull that up on YouTube, it should pop up, right? And if not, I'll make sure I get it to y'all. But yeah, he was sentenced to life at 13 years old for murder he really had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? And he just came home last year. That's like 26 years. I think what he did 26 years. He did 26 years in prison. He and I'll be talking a regular. I'm going to interview him today. I'm definitely going to give you out a story. I'm going to give you out that story as best I can. And I'm also interviewing today. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to change shirts and make it like it's 2 different days, but it's actually one day. So only if y'all on the live, you would know that. Look like it's 2 different interviews, but it's all in one day. I'm interviewing Chet Pajaro from Baltimore, one of my homies, right? Mega success story, man. His life and everything he went through, they were actually going to Singleton or Singletary. Singleton was going to make his life, his story, a movie, but Singleton ended up passing away. The same guy that did Boys in the Hood was going to make his story into a movie. But this guy was connected to Jada Pinkett Smith. A lot of people in Hollywood. He didn't get in trouble until like he was in his 30s, so he was a late into it. But he had a 10-year run. I mean, he got 10 years for what he was doing, and he's out here now. You know what I'm saying? Doing great stuff, man. Like I said, Second Lap, please, if you have the opportunity, look us up. I'm not asking for money or nothing like that. What I'm asking for is support. Spread the word. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to shine a light on those people who have been successful after being in prison. We're trying to shine a light on those who have struggled, some of them injustices, but they're trying to do good stuff, man. And that's what the Second Lap is all about. When it comes to my nonprofit, we're trying to be able to provide housing for people coming home from prison. We're trying to be able to provide education, schooling, and so on and so forth for those who come home. Because when you come home, depression, trauma, all that, exactly. Because when you come home from prison from doing a bid, you're not regular. I promise you, you're not regular. I've been home almost 7 years, and I know she definitely can tell you I'm not a regular person. It is nothing regular about me. I'm not saying I'm not burnt out. Like I still roll my clothes and all that stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I still roll my clothes. I still gotta face the door when I go to eat. Now, actually, when I think about it, I am burnt. I am burnt out when I think about it. But the reality of it is, for someone who's done a lot of time like that, that's right, Lil B from the Bluff, Lil B, JDMK, JDM Kid, my fault, 01. Yeah, that's him, Lil B from the Bluff, Atlanta. Pull that up on YouTube. It should come up. If not, I'm gonna get you the story anyway. Yeah, we learned a lot from that place, and the most of it is not good stuff that we learned from that place. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try and do these story times a lot more. You got to think I got 25 years, 1 month, and 10 days of lifetime experience that they can't take away from me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to share that with y'all. So, like I said, I'm gonna close out. I done ran my mouth for like 45 minutes. Check out my our nonprofit. It's Second Lap. www.thesecondlap.com. The link is in the bio. I get hyped when I say that. Link in the bio. But yeah, the link is in the bio. Check out our nonprofit. The podcast is the Visitation Room Podcast. That's also on my YouTube page. And we're just trying to do some good stuff, man. Be able to produce and put up.
Please spread the word, okay?
Yes, right.
Please
Spread the word. Spread the word. Because his cameras are not cheap. Please spread the word. Yeah, but that's what we're doing. And
we want everyone to do better.
Got to do better. But like I said, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I got like 11 people. That's what's up, man. I find my little lifestyle a little interesting. But like I said, I'll be popping in more. I did this one. MJ over here trying to steal my heart. I see you. So it's a thing where, like I said, I really appreciate y'all tapping in. Christina, where you at? Where's she at? She was in there. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tapping in. I'm gonna do this. What's today? Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Tuesdays, not this Tuesday coming up, but starting the following Tuesday, I'm gonna be at a barbershop called Costello's, and I'll be doing what's called barbershop talks, basically. You know what I'm saying? High and tight Tuesday. You know what I mean? But it's just gonna be me talking to a youngster. You know what I'm saying? Or some youngsters, whatever, and we're just talking about life and some of the events. I'll be putting that. That'll be a live thing. That's not something I wrote. That's just gonna be live. My podcast, as you guys know, that's going to be every other Friday. I got some heavy hitters. When I say heavy hitters, I mean heavy hitters. Today it's going to be Lil B from the Bluff. It's going to be Chet Pajardo from Baltimore. But I'm going to tell you who else I got coming up. I got Makara Ellis. Listen, when I tell you, y'all women, you want to lock into her story. Listen, hey Sarah, you got to lock into that. Makara Ellis from VA. Her story is amazing. When I tell you her story is amazing, like where she right now she's a life coach, but where she came up from, like she had a robbery team. You know what I'm saying? She was like Lady Death or whatever. I definitely get it to you. She's gonna be on there, Makara Ellis. She's also part of my nonprofit, Echoes of Survivors. She's the face of the program for Echoes of Survivors. I tapped in with her. Had to do that, man. She's like amazing. Where she's at now is awesome. I also got my man Aaron that was in here. He's from Vegas, but he's living in Utah. He's gonna be on the show. I got my man Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. If y'all check him out, he's on YouTube, Instagram, everything. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. I'm gonna have him on the show as well. Who else we got, bro?
We got a lot. We got a big lineup.
We got a lineup, man. We got a lineup, and for real, what it is people who are reaching out to me saying they would like to be on the show. And I love that, man. Oh, let me say, Abu Asada. Listen to me. Go on YouTube, go on Instagram, and pull up Abu Asada. ABUASADA. Abu Asada. Man Time Fitness. Listen, that's gonna be a big one, and that's on the 13th of December. He's coming in from Houston. He's originally from Baltimore. He was in the DMV area. You know, you see those guys online when they doing the burpees and the push-ups and all that type stuff and lifting all the weight. I used to be, yeah, I don't see it now because I kind of fell off, but I used to have a little, you know what I mean?
He lying.
Look, don't get it twisted. I'm not a little dude. I'm not a little dude at all. 6'4".
I see his ass almost every other day. He lying.
Anyway, I'm not like these dudes, man. Those dudes are like huge. They on this workout stuff. They doing burpees all in the Walmart. You know what I'm saying? But Abu Asada's coming out here. He's going to be on the show, and it's a lot of great stuff, man. We got going on. And again, like I said, none of it is the glorified prison lifestyle. We're not telling no killer prison stories. We're basically talking about and bigging up people who've been successful after prison. And those who haven't been successful, I got a network. We locking each other in, and we're gonna be doing that to help each other out, man. So I just said, how you lying? Well, I'm lying about Jess. Just said you lying. Come on, Jess.
Got caught up in a lie already. Look at that.
But no, man, again, like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate y'all. Y'all actually made me feel comfortable with the slices of cake and all that type of stuff. What am I lying about? That's it. Y'all making me feel comfortable and stuff like that, and I appreciate y'all because this is not something I'm used to doing. But with everybody tapping in and everything, and putting me in a situation where I could actually talk and tell my story, again, man, I appreciate y'all. We got big stuff coming up, a whole lot of good stuff coming up, man. Y'all continue to tap in.
Please continue to show love and support to everybody, okay?
Yeah, love and support to everybody. And like I said, and look, and everybody, y'all go follow Sarah Gibbs, man. Follow her because I'm trying to get her on the show as well. Her story is amazing too. Trials and tribulations is what makes or breaks us. You're definitely right about that, Nate. You're definitely right about that. Yeah, and if you know somebody who's done a long period of time, who's come home and they've been successful, you know, that life after prison, they've been successful, tell them to tap in with me, man. Tell them to tap in. But I got to be real. I'm not taking everybody. Not everybody I feel deserves to have that limelight. Like my story. I don't feel I should have the limelight because I didn't have to do what I did. You see what I'm saying? I was a kid who wanted to go hang out in the street until the street embraced me. And now I'm married to the BS. And then you just gotta keep that thing going. But yeah, if you know somebody who's done a lot of time, come home and have been successful, tell them to tap in with me. You know what I'm saying? And if you know somebody who's done time, they're struggling to make it out here. Definitely tell them to tap in with me because we're building up the resources and everything in the network. Have those people tap in with me. Also, any women or men or women, because not just all women, Men too. If you know any men or women impacted by domestic violence or they're domestic violence survivors, tell them to tap in with me. We have echoes of survivors. It's about to take. Well, it's already taken off. Like I said, she said that's her. If you have those, tell them to tap in with me because we got resources and everything. We're building up. We're building up. So, like I said, share him to you, to your people too. Yeah, do that, Nate. So again, like I said, we just going down today. We're out here in sunny LA. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate y'all, man, for tapping in. And that's about it. I really don't want to leave. Y'all had any questions or anything? How much time we got? We got a little bit of time for questions. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? No questions. All right, that's good because I ain't running out. YouTube, okay, YouTube. I see y'all jumping up. Got my people locked up or getting my father-in-law just this 17 years. He's from Capron? Wait, hold up. She said Capron. Are you talking about Capron, like Capron, Virginia? Hold up, what just happened? Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what just happened. But it was saying like the live will end in 4 minutes. I don't know. I didn't say something crazy or whatever. But yeah, make sure y'all tap in with me. I see y'all over here jump. I see YouTube is jumping right now. We just did count at time. Yes, it does count. Yes, it does count. Compton. Oh, he's from Compton. I'm out here in LA now. Tell him to tap in with me, man. Tell him to tap in with me. Make sure he does that. Hey, beautiful. I see you. So yeah, make sure you have him tap in with me, and we can do that. But like I said, over here too, what I was saying on YouTube side, and y'all might be late to it, but I'm gonna start doing these story times more often. And I was saying for the nonprofit, y'all tap in. The link is in the bio. I don't know why I get hyped when I say that. Link is in the bio. Y'all tap in with me. We out here today in sunny LA.
That's his favorite thing to do.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite saying right now. I've said, link is in the bio. But make sure y'all tap in with me. We're gonna keep trying to keep this thing going, man. And I really appreciate y'all support and everything, man. I'm gonna sign off right now because we're going to do these big interviews, big time interviews. Yeah, link is in the bio. I appreciate y'all. Where's Banky at? Where's Banky? Banky, hit me up, bro. We want to see your youngin' today. He out here. All right, you two. Hey Nate, follow me. I'm gonna follow you back, man. Make sure you follow me. I'm gonna follow you back. Which one you got? This one. All right. Okay, the Reentry Project. They followed us. Peace. Tap in, watch some of the old stories, man. Tap in, watch some of the old stories. You know what I mean? And not just make sure y'all watch the videos as well, too, man. Links and subscribe. Link and subscribe.
Link is in the bio. Subscribe. Subscribe. Hit the like button. All that.
When I come to start saying things, you stop.